If you think that you, for some reason, can't manifest your desired outcome, I am here to tell you that you can and you will manifest whatever it is you desire with your specific person, your body, your financial situation, career, money, whatever it is that you are currently manifesting. So, if you are dealing with any type of doubt regarding whether or not you can manifest your desired outcome, this video is definitely for you. This is not only going to be a pep talk to boost your confidence, but I am also going to tell you what you need to do in order to manifest literally what you desire. With that said, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a manifestation coach. On this channel, I teach the law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard, while also keeping it simple and practical so that you can take it and apply it to your own manifestations right away. So if that's what you are looking for, you are definitely in the right place. Please subscribe and stay for more. And if you need any additional help with your manifestations, I do offer one-on-one coaching. The link is in the description box below. So, first of all, this doubt comes usually when you don't have experience with conscious manifestation. And sometimes with some people, I have noticed with some clients that they think they can manifest some things, but they can't manifest other things. If you understand how the law works, you will know that's not the case. So the law is all inclusive and non-judgmental. And the law of assumption states that whatever becomes an assumption, that will become your physical experience. Well, that is being said in many different ways. Imagination creates reality. Whatever is impressed on your subconscious mind needs to be expressed. It's all the same thing. Whatever gets into your subconscious mind becomes an assumption, a belief, and that needs to be expressed. So where the doubt usually also comes in is that we operate from a 3D perspective, which is, I want this specific thing. It seems not very achievable for someone like me. I can't see how it's going to happen, so therefore I don't think I can manifest it. Now, all that is a 3D analysis that has nothing to do with manifestation. When you are consciously manifesting, let's say a relationship with your SP who has rejected you, you have probably had an ugly argument or what have you. Now you are manifesting a loving, committed relationship or whatever you desire, literally. Your job is to, Neville says in one of his lectures or one of his books, I don't remember which one specifically, he says your only job is to convince yourself that that's possible. Now, a lot of people think that they are lying to themselves, but that's mostly because your conscious mind is going to come up and tell you, hey, you're lying, that's not true, you're not with them, they don't love you because this. When that happens, you need to realize that that's simply your old story. It's because you experienced it, you believed it. Yes, that happened. You can even revise it for it not to have happened, but that's a topic for a different video. But your job is simply to realize that it's going to come up simply because you experienced it, it happened. Sometimes things come up that didn't even happen, but it comes up based on your current self-concept and your experiences and your whole programming. So whatever your mind is telling you as a proof that you can't have your manifestation, you need to, I want to say, program yourself. But yes, literally just program yourself or simply remind yourself in that moment to know that that's just old story. I don't need this anymore. So what I need to do is replace it. So when you, and this is where the problem comes up for people, but what if it doesn't work? I have a lot of resistance. I have had past experiences that state the opposite. I have had this and that in my childhood. All that is very valid. But the problem with that is that if you keep telling that story, your mind is going to manifest more of it because it's not going to care that you had a certain experience in your childhood. And I don't mean to sound harsh or anything. Your mind is just, as I said in the beginning, non-judgmental. It's not going to sit there and analyze like, no, when I say your mind is not judgmental, I mean the subconscious mind, the part that is manifesting. It's not going to do what the conscious mind does. They work differently. So your subconscious mind is not going to, like your conscious mind, sit and analyze. This person had a rough period in their life, so maybe I'll give them an easier time. It's just not how it works. It's whatever you keep telling yourself, that is what is being manifested in your physical reality. So what this means is that if you change the story that you are telling in your mind, doing it however you like, this is where techniques come in. So if you want to do affirmations, if you want to do self-talk, if you want to do any other mental activity, doing it on purpose and on repeat is going to reprogram your mind to manifest what you desire. And once it's reprogrammed, once it's reprogrammed, I'll finish that sentence, then I'll say what I was going to say. Once your mind is reprogrammed, it has to manifest. That is the law. Once you have reprogrammed your mind to know that your specific person is in love with you and you are in this committed, beautiful relationship, you couldn't stop that from manifesting even if you wanted to, unless you change your mind again. But you don't change your mind. But again, when doubt comes up, that is what is happening. Doubt comes up and says, hey, man, that's not true because it's not your experience. Your job is not to give in to that. And it goes the same for your health. You are manifesting beautiful health and well-being in your body, and your mind comes up and says, hey, but that's not true. You have all the control to say, yes, it is true. Please shut up. You are the old story. I don't need you anymore. I've had this experience and I have had enough of it. Done. My new experience is that I am healthy. I am radiant. I feel good. Tell the story however you want to tell. Now, back to the part where this is law. The law doesn't care whether or not it's hard for you, it's easy, it's fun, not fun, you're doing it sometimes, you're not doing it. It is going to manifest what you are holding in your mind dominantly. So, therefore, and also the law also doesn't care if you are manifesting something good, something bad, or if what you are holding in your mind is your fear rather than your desired outcome. Whatever is in your mind constantly is going to be pushed out. Which means that even if you don't believe that you can manifest that thing, that relationship, that health, that wealth, if you simply consciously, on purpose, keep telling yourself that story as if it's already true, it has to become true. This is what I mean when I say you can and you will manifest it, because it is in your hands to tell that story to yourself or to imagine that story or do whatever you want to do in your mind. No one can stop you from imagining yourself being healthy or being wealthy or living in that particular house in that particular city or being in that loving, committed relationship with that particular person. Even that person can't stop you. I have a video about free will and how it's not stopping your manifestation. I'm going to link it down below, so make sure to check it if this is your one of your doubts. But the bottom line is that no one can stop you from imagining or affirming in your mind, telling the story in your mind. You can consciously decide that you do it. And you can also consciously decide that you're not going to give into any negative story that comes up. And it will come up here and there, sometimes a lot. The more you give into it, though, the more it's going to come up. The less you give into it and the more you shift your focus to your new story as if it's already true, the less your old story is going to come up until it disappears. Because at some point it's going to be replaced. Your old story and new story are two contradicting stories that can't coexist. It's either or. Whichever you tell the most, that is going to become your programming, and that is what is going to manifest. And you do this even when you doubt, even when you don't believe. Something that has helped me there in the beginning, where I was, I had a period in the very beginning where I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know if what I was doing was correct, not correct. But I believed something. I wanted to say something that helped me is that I believed in the law, but I believed in it because it sounded so good that I wanted to believe it. So I decided now I'm believing this, and this is true, which means that if I keep telling this story, it has to manifest. And I don't know how, but it has to manifest. So if you continuously go back to the fact that this is law, it's not choosing what to manifest, it's just manifesting what you keep telling it. And if I choose to tell this story over and over, and this is the only story that I tell about my SP, or this is the only story I tell about my body, my health, my wealth, my whatever, it has to manifest. Go back to that thought. All I need to do is to tell the story. Don't give in to this story that, oh, I have too much resistance. No, you don't. Even if you do, relax into allow yourself to enjoy your new story in your mind. Just allow yourself to enjoy it. And then you get up and you go about your day normally. That's fine. But continue allowing yourself, do this as an act of self-love. You love yourself. Of course you do. Even if you don't, you do. Do this as an act of self-love and self-respect. I am manifesting this for me. I'm doing this for my own happiness and for that other person's happiness too. They are going to be happy. So therefore, I am going to allow myself to enjoy this moment of beautiful storytelling. And if I do this enough, it has to manifest. It has no choice, but it is in your hands. So when in the beginning of the video, I said you can and you will, what I basically meant is that yes, you can tell that story on purpose, regardless of the problems that you're facing in the 3D, regardless of your old story, you can consciously choose to tell a different story in your mind. You're not telling this to anyone other than yourself. It's in your mind, it's happening, and you can do it. No matter how things look, no matter how you feel, you can imagine something that you really enjoy in that moment. And what I meant when I said you will is that if you simply do this, I know that it sounds easier said than done, but once you get started, you will see that it's actually not as hard as it may seem from your current circumstances. So if you keep doing that, at some point your mind is going to accept that story. Like, this person keeps telling this, maybe this is true. That's sort of the feeling I get at some point. Like old story gives up. If you are the stubborn one, your old story is going to give up. Your mind is going to accept that story, and then it has to manifest because it's law. Therefore, once again, yes, you can, and yes, you will manifest it. If you're dealing with limiting beliefs and stories that aren't leaving you alone, etc., you can figure out ways to get rid of it. And simply going to your end goal, it can be enough. But there are ways to get rid of resistance, negative emotions, and the whole negative programming. You don't have to live your life with that story. So therefore, once again, I can't repeat this enough. You can and you will manifest whatever it is you desire. It is in your hands. And if you need any additional help with your manifestations, once again, I do offer one-on-one coaching where we focus entirely on you and your story and your assumptions to create any story that you desire to experience. The link for that is in the description box below, and see you in the next video.